All right, guys, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new here. Appreciate you guys joining me today and waiting patiently for the intro to finish up. Happy Easter. It's Easter Sunday. It's also 420. So, I know for some people that's calls for celebration. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. We're talking about games. Not games I'm playing, because I can't talk about them yet, but other games. Many games coming. Unknown, what's up, man? Russell picked up a Switch Lite with a charger. Good deal. Petrov, what's going on? Dragon, Henry 3K, Green Ninja, Imayato. What's going on, guys? We got that 5K Days Gone we're going to be talking about, apparently. Days Gone and 5K. In case 4K wasn't good enough. We have some new Days Gone information to go over and talk about. We're also going to be talking about Bungie and Marathon. We have a new report that claims Bungie leadership is feeling kind of nervous, which I think is interesting, but maybe not all too surprising. We'll talk about Phantom Blade Zero. And sorry, my member goal, I didn't update that. I didn't refresh it, which is unusual of me. Let me do that now real quick. So, what have you guys been playing? Anything? Anything good? What are you anticipating? All right, there we go. Now we're good. Low-key, what's up, man? Mr. B. You have a suspicion that Bungie's still trying to rinse Sony? You had a mallard by your pool this morning? Unknown, you watched Devil May Cry on Netflix? New rumors of a Showcase 2? I saw that. Yeah, I think Detective Seeds, he said that he should have more information in like a week or two. But it sounds like Sony's planning something, so we'll see. I mean, the timing lines up. You got a Bailey's Easter egg. Nice. Yeah, we had a nice anniversary, Imayoto. Thank you for asking. It was nice. It was a good time. Carl says, my 4K TV is outdated already. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to worry about 5K resolution. It actually downsamples. So it's going to be even better looking than native 4K, if that's how you want to play it. Blueprints, I've been hearing good things about that game. We have Bailey's Easter eggs in the UK. SSH says he's been playing Alien Rogue Incursion and NBA 2K24. Very cool. Sid Unknown, what's up on Twitch? Your most anticipated, excuse me, your most anticipated is probably the new young Kratos God of War. Yeah, still curious to see if that's actually going to turn out to be a real thing or not. It sounds like it is. I mean, I'm just really curious to know if the rumor's true that it's going to be like a side scroller. Unknown, that's you on Twitch? Okay, thank you. You dual viewership. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll see what we can do with the Twitch thing. I mean, I'm not really hyper focused on it, but I am streaming over there at the same time. We are, let me see. So after today, we're only going to be one step away from becoming an affiliate on Twitch. All I need to do is stream on 4 more days, and we will officially be an affiliate on Twitch, which is great. So yeah, if you have like Prime subs or whatever, if you want to use them on there, you can do that. And just be nice to try to. I didn't realize how easy it was to dual stream. That's why I'm doing it. Like, I thought it was a whole complicated thing, but like literally, no, it's not. It's not that. The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2 is dropping today. Will Joel be alive at the end of Episode 2? Seems like something's going down. Seems like it's going down, bro. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm going to watch it, but I'm not looking forward to it. I'll be honest. You heard it's Episode 4. I guess we'll find out. Can't spoil anything. I don't know what who knows? Who knows what Episode 2 is going to be like? Episode 1 was definitely different from the game in some ways. When will I play Forza? I'm currently reviewing Forza. I'm in the process of reviewing it right now. You love GT7, but you're thinking of getting Forza? Yeah, tonight's episode is going to be 1 hour. The first episode felt like it was following the game very closely, so I can see it happening next episode. Yeah, they definitely added some stuff, which was nice. Stuff that I guess maybe they just couldn't fit in the game. Add more context, but yeah, there's a lot of emphasis being placed on tonight's episode for The Last of Us Part 2. And yeah, man, I am curious how it's gonna play out. Unknown, you think it was too much context? Well, I'm thinking about maybe doing a spoiler cast. I don't know. Well, we could talk about it maybe tomorrow. But so Days Gone Remastered is releasing in 5 days, and we are now finding out how this game is going to run on both PS5 and PS5 Pro. So on PS5, it's going to be targeting 1440p at 60 FPS, and then in quality mode, 4K, native 4K at 30 FPS. So I feel like, for base PS5, kind of underwhelming. I mean, not bad, but it's just, probably not much different than if you're just playing it backwards compatibility. Anyone else think that Ellie looks more like Abby and Abby looks more like Ellie in the show? Oh, man, that's cursed. Neither of those characters look like the characters from the game. I'm curious to see how Abby is in the show, like once we see more, because that girl does not look even remotely intimidating. Like, she looks like a small, like, twig, But to be fair, Ellie in the show doesn't look intimidating either. Neither of them look intimidating. They both look like children. I'm just being honest. So, we'll have to see how their acts of violence play out, how convincing it is when that occurs. Going back to Days Gone, though, PS5 Pro enhancements. See, this is what sounds pretty cool to me. By the way, there's going to be a 40 FPS patch coming for Days Gone Remastered, which is great. I think a lot of people would love to play this in a 40 FPS mode. But performance mode on PS5 Pro, 1800p resolution, targeting 60 FPS. Quality mode is targeting 2880p resolution at 30 frames, which is 5K resolution. They say that the PS5 Pro quality mode will super sample down from 4K. So at some point, we're going to get a 40 FPS patch for Days Gone on PS5 Pro, and you'll be able to run that game at 5K downsampled at 40 FPS, which is very interesting. So I'm really curious to see how that's going to look. But they have another mode here called Enhanced Mode, which is going to be 1584p resolution, targeting 60 FPS using PSSR. Very curious to see how that looks. I want to see how Bend handles PSSR. 5K resolution, first 5K game on a console. I don't think it's the first five. I don't know. Actually, it's kind of strange. They actually put some effort into the PS5 remaster. Yeah. Well, which article am I looking at? It's actually on the blog post on Ben Studio's website. They put that out. Yeah, guys, if you could do me a favor and hit that like button, it would really help the stream. 5K is weird. It is a little weird, but I'm curious to see what it looks like. I mean, the only way you could see it properly, I guess, is having a 5K screen, but it is going to be downsampled. So I don't know. I don't know what my expectations are there. Like how much better it's going to look. I don't know if it's going to look like extra sharp. Saying Sony's milking Days Gone, not giving us a sequel, should be boycotted. I mean, I don't know that it's that serious. We do need a sequel, though. I agree with that. I mean, I'm happy with the remaster because it gives me hope that they're going to wake up and realize, like, we really need to get a move on with a sequel here. Looks like it's doing well in the pre-order charts. I'm seeing people quite excited for it. I mean, I still see people kind of complaining about, remasters and stuff. And I mean, Death Stranding 2 is coming out in 2 months, so I don't know. For people who want new games. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. The Until Dawn movie's dropping? Yeah, this Friday. I would like to go see that. That does look pretty good. It's very different from the game. Like I've seen people expressing their frustration that the movie seems like it's you know, it's not really related to the game at all except for the name. What's up, Dragon Knight? I did play Lords of the Fallen. I played that a while ago. I didn't really enjoy it too much. I couldn't get into it. I know that they completely overhauled the game. I do know that. You're going to see the Until Dawn movie, Ice Queen Gaming? How long do I think the PS5 Slim will last before it starts to crash in terms of years? Oh, dude, I mean, for the PS5 Slim, you're probably looking at another decade. Just the PS5 in general. PS5 is going to be a very relevant console for a very long time, even when the PlayStation 6 is out. A lot of people are still going to be playing on PS5. Yeah, Lost Soul Side's coming out next month, too. Too much stuff coming out in a short window. I've been gaming, dude. Let me tell you, I've been gaming. You ever game so much that you just start to feel kind of like, I don't know, like you're not going crazy, but just, I don't know, you're in like a haze or something. That's basically been me. Like I'm gaming too much, man. Sony are not making 8K discs. Did I see that the used prices of The Last of Us have gone up since season 2? No, I haven't seen that. Henry 3K, you're playing Plucky Squire and Monster Hunter Wilds. Right now, I'm playing. I'm reviewing Forza Horizon 5. I'm playing another game that I can't talk about yet, and that's all I'll say for now. But yeah, I mean, it's been taking up like all of my game time, dude. Concord 2 hype. Petition to get back the cat shirt. Maybe. Josh Z comes in, a member for 60 months.
Holy shit.
He got it. Look at his badge. Look at it. Look at it. I want all of you to look at it. He says, 5-year member, happy Easter MBG. It's been fun. Thank you so much for that long time support, Josh. That's Josh. That's a 5-year. That took 5 years to get that badge, bro, if I'm not mistaken. So W's in the chat for Josh, man. I really appreciate that. It's awesome seeing that badge. That's truly it's a rare sight. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Love to see it. You've spent so much time talking theoretically about the games. Now you're actually gaming. Yeah. I mean, well, it's not that I haven't been playing games prior to that. It's just I'm taking a completely different approach to playing games. I don't know if I'll be able to maintain it. I'll probably have to make some tweaks and adjustments, but yeah, man. Definitely broadening my horizons, I guess you could say, in terms of gaming. What FPS do I think the PS6 will go to? Oh, who knows? 240, bro. 240. Have I played any of the older Mortal Kombat games from the PS2 era? Yes, actually. I played Mortal Kombat Deception. Never really did play Shaolin Monks, but I heard that game was really good. Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Wasn't there another one, though, between them? There was Mortal Kombat Deception, Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I could have swore there was another one besides Shaolin Monks, like in between those. But yeah, the classic PS2 Mortal Kombat games, awesome. Good times, man. Good times. So long ago. I've always liked Mortal Kombat. Corey says, "Happy Zombie Day, everyone." That's a hell of a way to. It's a hell of a way to wish people Happy Easter, Corey. Deadly Alliance. There you go. Thank you. I knew I was forgetting one. Yeah, I mean, the classic Mortal Kombat games, at least the ones like on PS2, they were really fun. Armageddon was a little bit silly, but I had a good time with it. I really liked Armageddon. A lot of games are coming out. Then you have games coming out at the end of the year. I know. I'm like overwhelmed. I knew I was going to get overwhelmed, but it's just the beginning right now. We're just beginning we're initiating the overwhelm phase in terms of game releases. Yeah, apparently that is happening. Apparently tomorrow, supposedly, and it seems like there's a lot of evidence to support it, the Oblivion remaster is going to be announced and shadow dropped. So Oblivion stream tomorrow? I don't know, bro. I don't know. PlayStation Pete with a $10 super chat says, "Going through a divorce, ex-wife may get $50K. If you inherited $100K and were single, which vehicle would you buy? Nissan Murano SL, $57K, or Nissan Rogue Platinum, $47K. That's a lot. PlayStation P just threw a lot at me. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your divorce, PlayStation Pete. Yeah, that sucks. Well, I don't know if you're working with 100K, man. I don't know. I don't know. Those are some pretty expensive cars. I don't know. I'm not really a car guy, so I wouldn't know what to recommend. Truthfully, do you guys have any suggestions? Chat, any vehicle suggestions for PlayStation Pete? Laz says Nissan Skyline. Unknown says buy Bitcoin instead. Raven, you're saying seeing Liu Kang died in Deadly Alliance was insane to you? A Lambo? Buy a Lambo. There you go. Yeah, PlayStation P, I don't know, man. I'm at a loss. I'm not sure. Buy a racing wheel for GT7? I don't know. Scarlett is saying, MBG, did you hear Rebellion did an article explaining how Game Pass worked out really well for them with Atomfall? They have more players than they've ever had on their games. Oh, it's good. Yeah, Game Pass can be a good conduit for some devs, not so much for others. It seems like it's very much dependent upon the game, and it's different for every studio. Good for them, though. Yeah, I heard Atomfall's pretty good. Not a game I would play. I heard Atomfall's really obtuse in a way. Like, you just got to, like, figure everything out on your own. It doesn't give you, like, any guidance whatsoever. And I'm like, oh, God, that sounds like a nightmare. I don't know that I could do that. Planet Schlorpian is very much against marriage, it seems. No, I'm not getting a Switch 2 at launch. I don't know when I'm going to get a Switch 2. There are just simply too many games I'm going to be playing. Too many other things I'm focused on. And, you know, the Switch 2 is something that down the line I'll probably get. But William, you're saying MBG starting next week. Leaks and rumors on the next PlayStation show will begin. Things are starting to move around again. People are whispering. The long-rumored PlayStation showcase. Boss, get away from there. Come up here. Come on. The mythical PlayStation showcase. Is it going to happen? I hope it does. It's not as bad as it sounds. You just walk around and explore and stumble into everything. So like real life. William, I hope you're right, man. I hope we do get I mean, at this point, I'll just take some solid rumors of a showcase. William, you want to do another 50 member bet? All right, William, I got one for you. You ready? If there is a showcase, you owe me 50 memberships. If there isn't, you still owe me 50 memberships. I'm just kidding. No, I mean the timing is here, right? Like, or it adds up. This is the time. We're about to go into May in just like a couple of weeks. So like a week and a half. We're going to be in May. And Sony for the past 2 years has done something big in May, whether it be a showcase or state of play. Stephen Cardinal with a $10 super chat. Thank you for that, buddy. He says, Happy Easter and 420. Keep up the vibes. Hyped for all the games in the second half of 2025. Also, does anybody understand how to sign up for the Marathon Alpha? I actually can't tell you how to get into the Marathon Alpha because I haven't signed up for it myself, so I do not know what the process is. I know that they're sending out emails for the Alpha now. And we're going to talk about that in a little while. Bungie seemingly nervous behind the scenes. You have to go to their Discord. That's what BMed says. I see Planet Schlorpian is explaining his disdain for marriage. I appreciate you letting me know, Planet Schlorpian. Yeah. Showcasing both Days Gone and Resident Evil for the Day of Zombies. Well, I mean, I thought about signing up for the Alpha, but I'm like, I literally don't have the time right now to play Marathon. And Corey the Legend, he comes in and he drops a 5 bomb on you guys. He kicks it off. 5 memberships gifted on Easter Sunday. What's on my eyebrow there? Can't get too excited yet, though. Can't get too excited because Boss picks up on that. The more excited I get, the more excited Boss gets. So I have to kind of keep it chill. So we're still 20 away. Corey, thank you for that, buddy.
I'm no hero. Never was. Never will be.
BMed says I did it yesterday. Link to their Discord is on their website. Stephen Cardinal, by the way, happy Easter and 420 to you as well. There are an insane amount of games coming, seemingly starting now. starting this upcoming week. I'm telling you, this upcoming week initiates like the beginning of like now the wheels are turning, you know? Games are, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's been a lot of games coming out for the first 3.5 months of the year, but things are really about to ramp up. We have Michael Lynch with a $5 chat. He says, I will be buying Marathon because I don't want Bungie to die. You said, for some reason, it said it twice here. I mean, yeah, I'll buy Marathon. Like, not, well, unless, the only way I wouldn't buy Marathon is if I played, they apparently are going to have an open beta at some point. If I played an open beta and was like, oh, I hate this game, I don't like this at all, then, then I would probably reconsider. Corey says this is only for you, boss. William, part 1, even if it's not called a showcase and the term is state of play, there's still a showcase worth of announcements and updates. Do not forget the first quarterly report and business segment meeting with the new leadership is this May. Oh, yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting, William. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? If Sony is like, we're not doing a showcase, we're just doing a state of play, it's got to be a really good one. It's got to be a really good one, man. They can't hold back. Well, when I say can't hold back, I just mean like they have to have an appropriate amount to make people walk away being like, wow, okay, that was a good summer state of play or spring state of play. Again, we have that Borderlands state of play that's coming, and that's making me, I keep erasing that from my mind because it's like, that can't be all they have. Oh no, William, not again. Not again. Is Oblivion remake coming to PS5? Yeah. If it is announced tomorrow, it's going to apparently be announced for PS5 as well, and Shadow dropped. A God of War 2018 remaster. Oh, man. You should be eating Easter dinner on stream. I don't know. I try not to eat on stream. It makes me uncomfortable. Well, I mean, look, man. I don't know why they're doing a Shadow drop. I'm not sure. Apparently, it's going to be announced tomorrow, and it's just also going to release tomorrow. So I don't know. I don't know why they're doing it this way. It's kind of weird. I saw people saying it's because they don't want to market it, but I'm like, well, that doesn't. I don't know if that makes much sense to me because it's like, why would you not want to market it at least a little bit? I think they are going to have a physical version though. I think that leaked. I'm not sure. At the very least, they have a physical version for the Xbox copy. So if it's going to be on PS5, I would imagine they're going to do a physical version for that too. Don't forget, I still paid that $50, even though we agreed about the first party games and state play. No, I know, William. I know. I'm just messing around with you, dude. I appreciate any support you've shown to the channel, William. It really does mean a lot. When people talk about making bets and stuff in the chat, I'm not really taking it seriously. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. But I always appreciate any support you show the channel, William. You know that. MBG doesn't need to prove his slobbishness. Yeah, we're just to become a mukbang channel. Oh my God, that's so cursed. Well, thank you, William. Thank you. I appreciate you too, bud. It's all very strange with the Oblivion remake. It has been strange. Maybe the idea was to purposely leak it. Maybe the leaks were the marketing. Some guerrilla marketing tactics. You know? It seemingly has worked. There's a lot of hype for it. You think it's weird that they're dropping it 3 days before Expedition 33? That does make me a little bit nervous for that game because, like, that's from a new developer. I think they're new. I know they're not like a huge developer. And yeah, man, I don't know that the overlap is that significant, but I think there is enough overlap. This is what I mean. Like, look, this is what I talk about when I express my frustration for like timing of video game releases. Like, why does it have to be this way? Like, why are we looking at a week? Think about this. Next week or this week, because Sunday's the start of a new week in the United States. This week, apparently tomorrow, Oblivion Remaster drops. Then we're looking at Forza Horizon 5 on PS5. Then we're looking at Days Gone Remastered. And then you have Claire Obscure. And it's like, so I guess all of those games just literally have to drop in the same week. It's all to lead to the inevitable release of Skyrim. Bro, but wasn't that already released like 100 times though? Prince G, a member for 13 months, says Happy Easter and Passover to the MBGsters. MBGsters. Days Gone Switch 2 gang. F the haters. Hey man, be excited. Please be excited, right? Be excited for anything you are looking forward to. Re-release. Did you once suggest you only eat chicken fingers? Wait, what? I'm very confused. I don't think I've ever suggested that in my life, that I only eat chicken fingers. This is weird. Now you make, like, I'm trying to recall if I ever said anything remotely like that. You don't know you've heard the drop of Oblivion can happen anywhere from the 21st to the 24th? There's no way they don't have it nailed down. I mean, if it's happening this week, they have to have it nailed down. Boss is just chilling menacingly in the background. He's just standing there menacingly. Okay, that's the second SpongeBob reference I did today. What am I looking forward to playing on my PS5? Well, I mentioned this a couple times, but right now, I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. I'm trying to let people know because I get like new people in the streams or people who miss it. But right now, I am reviewing Forza Horizon 5 on the PS5 Pro, and I'm also reviewing another game that I can't talk about yet. And between those two, I am, I'm like quite overloaded. It may not seem like it, but I am overloaded right now. So I've been gaming literally like yesterday, guys. I'm not kidding. Yesterday, I sat all day just gaming. I haven't gamed like this since I was like a kid, dude. And it feels a little bit worse as an adult. Like, I just definitely didn't feel well. I'm like, okay, I need to take a break. But I can't say anything. B Flesher, I can't answer that question. I'm just simply saying I've been gaming a lot. That's all I've been doing. Tune into my future reviews so you can have that question answered. I'm still showering. Don't worry. I mean, I'm taking care of myself, but you know when you sit all day, you kind of like feel a bit lethargic. You feel the opposite of energized. Corey wants boss to make me break embargo early. No, I what I will say is that this is an interesting process. It's an interesting process, and I've never, I've never done this before. And so, regardless of the outcome, I can certainly say it's different. It's very different, and it's cool in a way, you know? I know, Corey. I know. You wouldn't want to see me do something like that. We have Zombie Dragon with the $10 super chat. Thank you, buddy, saying the reason is simple. No one wants to release in the later half of the year because you're going to have to go up against Call of Duty, Borderlands, and GTA. Do you want to go up against any of those games? That's very true, Zombie Dragon. I think GTA is obviously the biggest shadow looming by far. You talk about games like Call of Duty, Borderlands. Yeah, there's that to consider as well. I just don't understand why in the same week. You know what I mean? Like why are some of these games like why is Days Gone Remastered not coming out like the second week of May or the first week of May? You know, what about like you know why is like I really have to ask Microsoft like why are you going to release Oblivion Remaster and Forza Horizon 5 on the PS5 like in the same week? I don't understand. Maybe it's because Bethesda doesn't care and they're like, we do our own thing. Maybe Microsoft can't control that, but yeah, Zombie Dragon, you're absolutely correct about that. There's no denying that we are seeing a bit of I guess you could say, a bit of a jam here where like, yeah, dude, publishers are terrified to get anywhere near even September. I think they're nervous to get to launch their games in September. Because when I was looking over the upcoming games release list, it's like October, November, December, you know, those last 3 months are barren. There's like nothing there. I'm like, wow, that's kind of weird. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that before, being this deep into the year. And yeah, you could tell that's definitely that GTA 6 shadow looming. Imagine if Call of Duty and GTA 6 release the same month. Which game do you think sells more? Oh, dude, I'm going to be honest, man. If Call of Duty launches anywhere near GTA, like let's say Call of Duty and GTA 6 release within a week and a half of one another, this is going to be the first year where Call of Duty actually like gets really damaged and hurt. Like it doesn't matter what Call of Duty it is. Doesn't matter if it's like I think it's going to be like Black Ops 7 or whatever. It's not going to matter. GTA 6 is like may God help any game that launches the same week as GTA 6. I feel so sorry for the unfortunate development studio / publisher that somehow, some way ends up releasing their game the same week as GTA 6. They're cooked. Now, to be fair, if it was something like Call of Duty, it would survive easily. It's not like it's going to hurt. Like, it would hurt them, but it's not like it's like, oh, it'll just be one bad year, I think. Like, it'll definitely shake it up. Or maybe they'll just have to wait to get more sales months down the line. But yeah, GTA 6, I just have this feeling that it's going to be an event in gaming that we've never seen before. It's, you know, I don't know exactly what it looks like or how it plays out. I don't think anybody does, but yeah, there's no game I think stands any remote chance. Like Half-Life 3 could release that same week and I won't say it wouldn't matter, but it's like, you know, GTA 6 is still coming out way, way, way on top. Probably trying to get out all the games they have ready before the GTA 6 hype starts. That's why I'm starting to get nervous about when we're going to hear from Ghost of Yote. Because like the longer we go, the more I'm like thinking like, I mean, guys, the clock's ticking, you know? Corey, I just love your way with words. Whomever pisses Rockstar off the most will be sacrificed. Something straight up getting sacrificed for this game, man. It's been too long without a trailer. GTA is 2026. No, they I don't think so, man. Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick, he confirmed that they're doing a short marketing cycle. So it's intentional. Don't be surprised if marketing ramps up in June, you know, leading into like October or even later than that. I would imagine though we're going to get trailer number 2 for GTA 6 probably in June. It could come next month. At the very least, what we do know is that Take-Two Interactive is having their next investors meeting on May 15th. So they're obviously going to have to talk about GTA 6. And I wouldn't expect them to release like a new trailer then, but they will confirm whether it's going to get delayed or not. And they're probably going to say it's not getting delayed. And if they say on May 15th GTA 6 is not getting delayed, then you can rest assured that game's coming this year. I mean, you're talking about a game that's going to generate billions of dollars. If they were afraid of a delay, they would have to give some kind of warning to investors, you would assume. Ray, you're like the fourth person I've seen mention that. And Ray, thank you for modding in the Twitch stream. Meet the Cheater. Happy Easter, man. Boss is a hunk. He's just loafing. He's just loafing over there, bro. Looking at me. Like, always wondering when. If GTA 6 were to release in December, do the Game Awards change their guidelines? Probably not. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think there's no way. There's no way though that GTA 6 launches in December. The absolute latest I would see GTA 6 launching is probably the second week of November. But even that's, I think, pushing it. That's a bit late. Yeah, Marathon comes out in September too. I actually keep forgetting that we got a release date for that for some reason. I don't know why. Prince is hyped for Marathon. Boss be like, who is he talking to? The bit in Red Dead Redemption 2 where they're walking towards a house was movie-like. Yeah, Red Dead 2 is an awesome game. Still shocked that they didn't port that over to PS5, like properly. With like a 60 FPS mode. I really wonder why they decided not to do that. I feel like it wouldn't require that much effort. And it would sell so well. But I guess their focus is just that much on the next Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, Bungie seems to be pretty nervous. There's a report here from Paul Tassi. We got the sudden announcement, came out of nowhere, that Bungie has decided to drop the oh, hold on. There we go. It crashed again. Okay. Yeah, Bungie decided to drop the NDA requirement for the Marathon Alpha. And according to Paul Tassi of Forbes, according to his sources, I'm going to read what he wrote here. He says, after the reaction to the Marathon gameplay reveal, Bungie leadership was nervous, but they tried to reassure teams. Ultimately, they figured it would shift the narrative if the NDA was lifted. I'm also seeing a ton of codes go out, plus friend codes. So I think this is kind of significant because I think it reveals a bit of insight into Bungie's expectations. And you really do have to wonder if maybe there's a reason why Sony basically decided, like, we're not going to be involved with marketing. Like, not involved with marketing it, but, like, we're going to let you just do your own thing. And maybe this is why, because the game is at risk of just not appealing, very much. Will, you think Marathon's going to do good? Beast Mode, happy Easter, man. Corey is speaking on behalf of Boss, saying, come on, y'all, help Corey, I demand treats. Guys, listen, we can't make, I know Corey's a legend around here, but we can't make him do it alone every time, right? We want to hit that 25 mark. We want to feed the beast. We got to feed the beast on Easter Sunday. So if you are If you're able to, consider dropping a membership gift or become a member. Really helps out the channel, helps out the community as well. Lets me do what I do here. The goal is 25. We're at 5 right now, so 20 to go, and we can make that happen. Bungie's been cooked for quite a many years. Writing has been on the wall. Their biggest downfall was when they dropped making Halo. Well, look, I think that the problem is that people become too hyperbolic about their discussions around a studio like Bungie, where it's like they're either garbage and they're trash and they're dead, or everything's great, nothing's changed, everything's going to be perfectly good and perfectly fine. And it's like the truth is usually somewhere in the middle, and that's exactly where it is. It's like I had a feeling Bungie's leadership was probably feeling kind of nervous, or at the very least, not great after seeing the amount of people that are coming out being like, wait, it's not free to play. Is this Concord 2? You know, a lot of people, or just even the more tame reactions of people being like, I don't know. I'm not feeling the same way towards Marathon as I was feeling towards something like Destiny or Halo, you know? So I think it makes sense. They don't want bad PR to run the course. 300K was in the Discord. Well, that's what's interesting, man, is it does seem like there is a relatively high level of interest in this game. So I think it really just comes down to like, yeah, I think they're making the right call here. Drop the NDA, let people talk about it. The only thing that I think is concerning to people is like, well, I mean, at what point do we kind of acknowledge that this is seemingly going to be an early access game, you know, where it's like we need the community to shape it and mold it and whatnot. Yeah, that's true, Austin. You're saying even Destiny in 2013 and 2014 had a very rough launch. That's true too. Yeah. I mean, it's not like I don't think there's reason to lose all faith in Bungie. I just think that it's reasonable to acknowledge that this might not be a big hit for them. It might do relatively well, but at the end of the day, it ultimately might just be a game that's like, you know, like the way I could see it playing out is Sony walks away just having to accept the reality that you paid 3.6 billion for what was supposed to be a guaranteed hit, and it wasn't. It's just an okay game, well enough, you know, game that's doing well enough, but not really moving the needle. And what that means for the future of Bungie. I mean, listen, we know that Bungie has suffered many layoffs, but they're still a very large team. I think they still have like 800 devs or something. So they're massive. You know, what this ultimately means if Marathon is not the next big thing and it's just an okay live service game that has, you know, it's relatively niche but has enough people playing to sustain it. What that means for the future of Bungie, I'm not sure. The only thing I am sure of is they're a very, very expensive studio to run with that type of headcount. So, it's understandable, I think, why the leadership at Bungie is nervous, because they need this thing to hit. They definitely do. And, this is the opposite of an Arrowhead situation, right? You look at the studio Arrowhead, and they were like, I mean, they're a small team. Compared to Bungie, they're like 1/10 the size of Bungie. Their biggest problem was when their game hit, they were like, we don't have enough people to sustain this. So they were having like the opposite problem. And I think like the problem that Bungie may end up facing is, on the other end, where it's like, we have enough people to sustain this game, but we cannot justify like a 700-800 developer headcount. And that's going to be an interesting scenario to see play out. I think what's also making people a bit nervous is, Bungie's making it clear that they want the community to mold the game for them or help them mold the game leading into its launch. And it's like, well, we're like 5 months away from launch. So like, I mean, how much molding do you need us to do? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, but I don't know. I don't have much excitement for Sony's remaining live service efforts, just the ones we know about. Marathon looks okay, and I'll try it. Fair Games, I'm extremely worried about. Much more worried about Fair Games. I feel pretty much indifferent towards the upcoming live service Horizon game, where it's like maybe I'll see it and be like, wow, that looks awesome, or maybe it'll be like, no, thank you. I don't know. And outside of that, maybe Dark Outlaw Games, Jason Blundell's studio. That'll be fun to see what they end up doing. I know, boss. I tried telling him, bro. I tried telling them. He doesn't know where to go right now. Oh, yeah, Project Gummy Bears. I forgot about that one, too. That one, I'm not... Yeah, I'm pretty nervous about that one. Pretty nervous about that one, too. That was actually a Bungie game that Sony said we want to make this ours. Which I wonder why that is. That game is apparently going to try to appeal to a younger audience, so I don't know that it's going to go down very well when that game's announced, Project Gummy Bears. MBG showcase is getting teased. Vincent, are you talking about Detective Seeds? Is that who you're talking about? Yo, MBG just joined. What are the pro enhancements for Days Gone? Well, the different modes you're going to have to choose from on the Pro, you're going to have performance mode, which will run at 1800p at 60 frames per second. You're going to have a fidelity mode, which runs at 5K resolution at 30 frames per second with a 40 frames per second patch coming later on. And then you're going to have an enhanced mode, which runs at like 1580p at 60 frames, and it utilizes PSSR. So all three modes sound pretty tantalizing. Yes, you heard that right. 5K. 5K. Yeah, I saw that, Chris. Horizon ripoff. Check out this game with the chat. It's called Spine. We saw that recently. We were watching that game showcase. What's it called? Galaxies. And they showed off Spine. It does look really cool. I think that's coming to console. Could more studios apply the 5K format? I think we'll have to see. This is one that I'm curious to see for myself. I don't know what it's going to look like. It's going to be a downsampled 5K resolution. I don't know what that looks like. I'm assuming it looks really good. Boss. Whoa, you can't bite that. Chill, bro. Chill. My cat looks just like yours, Bishop. Boss. Calm yourself, boy. PS5 Pro Rob, you got to head out. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, dude. The real problem that Bungie's facing is they want to be the next Riot Games or Blizzard. They want everybody to play a variety of their games. Well, I mean, I did see people saying that we haven't really seen a AAA developer try to bring the extraction shooter to the masses in a really significant way, to bring it to the mainstream. Maybe they'll be the first to do it, but I'm skeptical about that. I'm not convinced that that's how it's going to go down, because I've seen so many people be like, I was interested in Marathon until I found out you lose your stuff when you die. And I think that's the major filter for most people, where it's like everything sounds pretty cool until they find out that, like, you know, the high risk, high reward nature of this is whatever loot you're carrying or whatever loot you bring out onto the field with you. If you die, you lose it. You don't get it back. They're doing seasonal wipes. Whoa, wait, Steve, is that confirmed? I don't know if that's par for the course for extraction shooters. I don't know. I haven't played extraction shooters that deeply. Can randoms pick up the loot? Yes. Chances are. So that is par for the course. Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, see, that makes me feel a little bit nervous too. It's normal for Tarkov, at least. Okay. They all do that? Okay. I didn't know. Yeah, I never played an extraction shooter long enough to know that. Yeah, I feel like these different aspects make it a tougher sell for people, to a degree anyway. But yeah, man, like when you're playing an extraction shooter, any loot you bring out into the field with you, or any loot that you grab on the field, if you die, chances are whoever kills you is going to pick it up and it's theirs now. And then they can die and lose it. But some people love that idea, though. They like that really high risk, high reward. Dan, you're saying you got into the alpha. We'll come back with impressions. Maybe I should try. Hold on. See, dude, like I'm not gonna lie though. Like, Dan, to get into the alpha, you have to join their Discord, right? Like, I don't want to join their damn Discord. I don't want to do that. But maybe it takes a second. Maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll give it a shot. I would like to try the game. Give my thoughts on it. The new Turok. I want to see more of that game. I know some people are a little bit frustrated about that new Turok game because they're like, this isn't Turok. But I'm like, no, this looks pretty sick. What's up, man? Hunt the Showdown. I never did play that. It always looked really interesting to me. Hunt looked pretty good. I like the aesthetic of it. I don't know why I never played it. I think I never played it because it is one of those games. It's just, you know, that's the nature of an extraction shooter. Like they are pretty intimidating, man. They are pretty intimidating. Dan, you don't like Hunt Showdown? Hmm. Wait, Crisis 4 was shelved? When did that happen? Turok collection for PS5. Yeah, I played Turok many years ago. And I think I talked about this on chat or on stream one time. I don't remember which Turok it was, but I played it on the N64. That's how long ago it was. So I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. I think it was my first experience ever with a first person. I think it was first person, right? Like a first person shooter, or at least the one I played. You hope we'll have to contend with being hunted by a velociraptor. Well, this team that's making the new Turok game, they're Saber Interactive. They're the ones that made the World War Z game, if I'm not mistaken, and that was pretty good. So I kind of have faith in these dudes. Somebody says they're disappointed. Just on like a random Reddit 4 months ago, disappointed with the new game reveal. Looks like another game just using the Turok name. Third person perspective in the shiny exosuits makes it look generic. I think that makes it look cool. Extremely. Why is everybody so disappointed? That's Reddit, I guess. You know, what are you going to do? I think it looked cool. While we were just talking a little bit about Days Gone's new details regarding it's going to have like a 5K mode apparently. Exo Primal. Oh god. We don't talk about that game. We've just been chatting about that, a little bit about Marathon. Bungie's leadership is feeling nervous after the reveal based off the reactions. Just some pretty chill talk. Just talking games, you know. It's Beast Mode says haters gonna hate. Yeah. Turok should be first person. I can understand that to a degree. Like, it is, yeah. It's like started as a first person game. I can understand that. But I feel like, I don't know, man. I watched that trailer. I think they showed a little bit of gameplay, if I remember correctly. I'm like, yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, I played World War Z, and that game was pretty fun. So, we'll see, man. We'll see. Can everyone agree that 2001 was the greatest gaming year of all time? Oh, I don't know that everybody would agree with that. I don't know that everybody would agree with that. To me, that's one that I think people would argue over. The greatest gaming year ever. It's a lot of great gaming years. A lot of great ones. I think 2007 is a big one for a lot of people. If you thought Jurassic Park looked dangerous, have fun with Turok. Angry Well Watcher says 1997 is the greatest gaming year. Real talk, where's Final Fantasy 17? Nothing else matters. You think you should play the game called Body Cam? I think I've heard of that. Yo, you know what game I want to see more of? Phantom Blade Zero. I came across this write-up from Gaming Bolt where there was an interview with the director of the game. And one of the big things that this studio is seemingly focused on, the studio that's making Phantom Blade Zero, is, trying to really pin down the games that they want this game to be compared to. So they said it's like, it's not a Souls-like, but the level design is apparently inspired by the Dark Souls games, like the interconnectivity. So there's that. It's not completely like Devil May Cry, but it will have certain aspects that are reminiscent of Devil May Cry. But the latest addition to comparing Phantom Blade Zero to another game, the developer said it's going to be a lot like Resident Evil. And I'm very, like, I'm like trying to grasp what exactly he means by that. Like, I'm excited at that prospect, but I don't know that, like, that's just, I feel like that's just such a random game. Like, when you think Phantom Blade Zero, I don't think literally anybody's thinking Resident Evil, but the developer is. The developer's saying that, like, it's like Resident Evil, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll believe you. You're the one making the game. See, that's the thing. He says it's not a Souls-like. The level design is inspired. So I don't know. I don't know if this is just... I wouldn't call them stupid. No, I mean, they would know better than us. it's their game. But let me try to read the quote for you, because I maybe if we read the quote, it'll make more sense. So the title says Phantom Blade Zero takes inspiration from Souls games for exploration and Resident Evil for vibes. So there you go. I think you're correct. And maybe they're just talking about tone. So he says, before everyone thought we were making a Souls-like game, so in order to prove we have a totally different combat system for the core gameplay, we're showcasing these combat demos. But now people have maybe come the other way around. They think it's a hack and slash with no story, and you just go and kill to the end. It's not something like that. It's more like Resident Evil, but fighting with blades. So he says, he spoke about how exploration will be a core part of the gameplay in Phantom Blade Zero, along with its fast-paced action gameplay and character progression. He describes the game's exploration aspect as coming from a Souls game, with the vibes more similar to a Resident Evil. Anything that is useful for us, useful and good for us to make our pillar a playable kung fu movie with exploration and character progression, we'll make use of it, whether it's exploration from a Souls game or vibes from a Resident Evil or combat from this hack and slash game. We'll take that and bring them together. But the overall experience is still very coherent. So I guess that helps further explain it. But yeah, just not something I would ever expect to hear for a game like Phantom Blade Zero, like being compared to Resident Evil. I'll be curious to judge that for myself when I play it, because I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. You hope the exploration is Wukong like? Yeah, I mean, they are teasing exploration in this game, so I don't know how. They're teasing exploration similar to Dark Souls, where it sounds like you're going to be able to. It's going to give the illusion of like it being an open world, but it's not really an open world, it's just interconnected level design. Yeah, apparently it's going to be coming out next year. Tyson Webb, you've been a member for 59 months, bro. Yeah, Josh Z just earlier celebrated his 60 months with, he has the highest badge you can get. I guess you're next up, Tyson Webb. Cool to see, man. Cool to see. Yeah, appreciate that long time support, guys. Really means a lot. Yeah, I think they did confirm Phantom Blade Zero they confirmed it's getting a release date reveal this year. So they are going to announce the release date this year, but yeah, I don't think it's coming out this year. I think it's going to be maybe an early 2026 game, spring 2026 game potentially. But that's what I'm definitely excited for. It looks really fun. Finding cool stuff in Wukong was dope and useful. Oh yeah, where the winds meet. True. Yeah, that one's looking good too. Yeah, there's a lot of great games coming out, man. I'm actually, I mean, I lose track. This is why I always go look at that list of upcoming games. I always lose track because there's just so many. Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers. Yep. See, this is what I mean. Like they all blend together, man. You're playing Lords of the Fallen Enhanced. Yeah, how is the big 2.0 update for that game? I saw that being advertised. It's like they completely overhauled the game. Apparently, it's like a new game or whatever. Don't know that I would go back and play it. Oh. Uh-oh. I think Boss has given up. Crafton's making one too. Michael, you're saying somebody should make a haircutting game called Madame Fade Zero. Madame Fade Zero. You can make that game, Michael. Anybody can make games today, right? I'm sure somebody will make that game with AI. Stellar Fade. You can't jump up here, boss. There's not enough room. Come here. I don't want you to don't cause chaos. We don't need that. Ballad of Anatra. Oh, that's another one, dude. No, you can't jump up there. You will literally knock my monitor over. Prince G, no, we don't need that either. I don't think we need that. I mean, maybe some people need that, but no. I'm gonna hard pass on that one, bro. We need a game, boss versus MBG. Cat annoy streamer simulator. You play from the perspective of boss. William Aguilar, a member for 19 months, says this is the 10th anniversary of 2015's PlayStation Showcase of Dreams. First or second best show of all time. GT reaction to Final Fantasy VII Remake is legendary. Yeah, man, even I remember that. I wasn't paying as close attention to PlayStation at that time, but I do remember that. People were going nuts. Yeah, it feels like Sony doesn't really have moments like that anymore, which I think fans would like to see come back. You know, those really kind of like just big, exciting, monumentous moments that, you know, I don't really know how else to describe them. They're just they're incredible showcase moments that get fans revved up, you know? Boss, hey. Stop that. See, now Boss has this idea in his head. He's like, I'm not being bad enough. If I start being... Can you stop? You violent animal. I know you guys can't see what he's doing. Stop it. He's like staring at me, like biting shit, like aggressively. Like, yeah, that's right. What do I think about Uncharted 5? I mean, I think it's going to happen. Okay, now he's behind my monitor. Bro, get down. He is losing control, dude. Straight up about to knock like my light over, the monitor. Like, what are you doing, man? If you wreck the stream, that'll guarantee you can't get treats. John, do you play The Sims? I do not play The Sims. No. Mrs. MBG loves The Sims, though. She loves The Sims, but no, I don't play them. I couldn't never get into it. Boss tweaking. I thought you said twerking for a second. I was like, no, it's not doing that. Not yet. You would definitely appreciate a Final Fantasy 8 remake. I think that's 8, right? Yeah, with a modern leveling system. We got any RPG fans in here? Oh, hold on. What kind of RPG? I don't know. Just RPGs in general. Why is this saying that? Eagle-eyed gamers have found more Oblivion remastered references. Notice how I have to like wrap boss up, bro. Notice how I have to keep him like constrained. Like KOTOR. You got FF8 remastered, still sealed, Hanzo. You like top-down RPGs? Boss, you gonna bite me? Is that the next step? Ow! Bro, I was just kidding. You just straight up bit me. Dude, my cat loves going behind and in front of the TV when I game. Does Boss do that? Actually, no. Boss doesn't do anything like you see him do unless I'm streaming. When I'm not streaming, He doesn't bother me at all. The only thing he does sometimes is he'll jump in my lap and lay there. Stop. Let go of that. You love virtually all RPGs. Meet the Cheater. There's a soccer RPG coming up I was looking at earlier. Chrono Trigger remake would set the standard for RPGs once again. Streaming time is mischief time, basically. Pretty much. MBG Days Gone Remastered is also getting some new graphics enhancements in the remaster. The PC port. Oh. Hold on. My stream crashed again. The PC port didn't get. Those graphic improvements are coming to PC for free, though. Let me see. Thank you to whoever just followed me on Twitch there. Oh, I think you're right. They did. Are they like really significant improvements, or I didn't read over them. You think PlayStation needs to make some RPGs? Prince, you own too many JRPGs? I think we're like 6 followers on Twitch away from hitting 100, which is cool. Thank you guys for that. What's better, Resident Evil or Silent Hill? Boss, did you just smash your face on the mic? Bro just straight up smashed his face on the mic. Once I understood I had an audience, what else was I supposed to do? I think... I don't know, man. I mean... I think both Resident Evil and Silent Hill, they are so similar in some ways, but they also are very unique. Like, I don't think I could pick a favorite, really. I definitely have overall more time spent with Resident Evil, simply just for the fact that I think more games were made and, you know, they kind of kept the quality high throughout the years, generally speaking. But I don't know, man. Like, you play something like Silent Hill 2 Remake, and, you know, I play that, and it's like, yeah, no matter how good Resident Evil is, no Resident Evil game captures this tone this well. Like, when Silent Hill peaks, man, I mean, it's... Yeah, the atmosphere of Silent Hill, I think, is hard to match. But I don't know, man. I say that, but I also think about my time, like, back in the day playing, like, Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil's tighter feeling gameplay-wise. Dead Space, really, yeah. That's why I'm interested in that game, Chronos. I want to see how much that emulates Dead Space. No news on Resident Evil. We've been waiting for that Resident Evil 9 reveal. So, I mean, is it going to happen this summer? RE's more action-based. Silent Hill's more kind of like psychic. Like, it's fucking with you psychologically. Yeah. Yeah, the thing about Resident Evil is Resident Evil gets really silly. I mean, like, really silly. Like, Resident Evil gets nonsensical at certain points where it's just like, okay, I don't know what is happening. Resident Evil 6's peak. I did play Callisto Protocol. Yeah, I did play that, and it was okay. It wasn't as good as I hoped it would be, but it wasn't a bad game. I didn't think it was bad, but definitely not like, you know, great. I didn't platinum it. No, that's how you know I didn't enjoy it that much. The peak of the trash heap. Oh man. RE6, the peak at the trash heap. Yeah, Resident Evil almost died with 6, bro. I mean, I never played 6. I played parts of 6, and I just stopped. I'm like, I can't do this. And, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, Resident Evil started to lose me after 4. Like, 4 to me was the peak. I'm like, holy shit, this is one of the greatest games I ever played in my life. 5, I thought I didn't like complete all of 5, so I got to like do that one day. But 5 started to lose me as well because I'm like, I don't know. Like, I understand why it's leaning more into the action with 5, like even more. But I'm like, I don't know if it was like, I don't know what it was about 5. I did not feel it even remotely the same way about 5 that I did for 4. And then 6, I was like, oh, this could be good. And then I started playing. I'm like, oh, Jesus. I'm going to pass. And then 7 came around, and I'm like, 7 was really good. But the only thing that bothered me about 7, and it's just the truth of it, is like it didn't feel like Resident Evil, which I guess was kind of good in a sense where it's like, well, they had to revitalize it, you know? They had to have a new vision. But RE7 didn't really feel nearly as much like Resident Evil, but I still really enjoyed it. Resident Evil 8, I didn't really enjoy that much. I don't know. Resident Evil 8 started to really lose me, where it's like, wait, why am I being chased by werewolves and shit in a town? Like, I'm not sure what's going on right now. I felt like it got too far away. That's why I'm really hopeful that Resident Evil 9. I don't know what Resident Evil 9 is going to be, but I would like it to get back to something much closer to Resident Evil 4. That would be fantastic. Or even if they want to go back to something like Resident Evil 2 and 3, but kind of like the remakes in a sense. Resident Evil 7 was not open world, no. Yeah, I don't know. Resident Evil 8 I just couldn't get into. 7 I had a better time with, but 8 they really started to lose me. RE7 was amazing. No, don't unsubscribe. I'm very, very curious about, like, I have very high hopes for Resident Evil 9 because the rumors that we've heard sound very appealing to me, where it's like, it's going to be nothing like Resident Evil 7, nothing like Resident Evil 8. It's going to star Leon. And I'm like, okay, well, it's sounding more and more like it's going to be going in the direction of Resident Evil 4 to an extent. And I'm like, that sounds great to me. Seven did revive the franchise. I mean, yeah, the franchise was on the brink. I don't blame them for doing what they did. They had to. Control 2 versus RE9. Speaking of Control, I want to see those Max Payne remakes. RE9 set in Germany. Okay. Marco says, MBG, is it just me or is the next Doom does it not have much hype? I don't know. I mean, I never really paid much attention to the hype cycles of the previous Dooms. Hold on. It seems like there's a good amount of hype for it. I mean, I'm not. What the hell is going on with my eyebrow there? I'm not noticing like a severe lack of hype per se, but I'm not really paying much attention either, to be honest. I'm not paying much attention. I was there. I was there when they showed it off at the developer direct, and people were super psyched about it. I'm looking forward to playing it when it comes out, but I don't know. I don't know what the expectations are supposed to be. Seems like it'll do well. Max Payne remake is DLC for GTA 6. Dude, GTA 6 just needs to have Max Payne 3 gunplay. I know they're not going to do that. They can't do that, but that would be great. That'd be awesome. Max Payne 1 and 2 will be remade into one game, they said. I think that's a smart way to go about it. Yeah. I never did play Max Payne 2. I played some of Max Payne 1. I don't think because I was really, really young when I tried playing Max Payne 1. I did like it, but I don't think I beat it. Max Payne 2 I never played. Max Payne 3 became one of my all-time favorite games. So the idea of getting 1 and 2, the question I have is like, compared to Max Payne 3, how is Max Payne 1 and 2 remake going to play? Very curious about that. So imagine you play from the bad guy perspective for a portion of RE9. It would be interesting. We need Capcom, you need to remake Resident Evil Outbreak. Can you do that? If not remake it, make a third one. We got any Resident Evil Outbreak fans here? I mean, I feel like Capcom has remade every other Resident Evil, but Outbreak was so good. Sergeant gets it. Snake 07 says Outbreak is all right. I mean, there are definitely aspects of what made Resident Evil Outbreak so cool is it really maintained what made Resident Evil, like the original Resident Evil games, like unique. I mean, really survival horror, but in a multiplayer setting with up to 4 other people. Wesker deserves his own game. The closest you can get to that is playing Dead by Daylight and playing as Wesker, I think. I wonder if they would ever do something like that. I think they're doing a Resident Evil 0 remake, by the way. Yeah, apparently that's like the next remake on the docket, from what I've heard. Dino Crisis. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking for Dino Crisis, but I think they've put out like surveys kind of hinting that they might be considering remaking it. Hold on one sec. Sorry about that. Well, 0 Point, I mentioned this earlier, but yeah, there was a rumor that I don't know how believable it is, but that the this new God of War project that's supposed to be announced and come out this year is actually a side scroller. Like it's a 2D side scroller. It's not even something totally different. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. We're going to find out. We are going to find out. You think that's fake? I mean, well, keep in mind, here's one thing that I think is worth keeping in mind. When God of War Ragnarok was coming out, the director, Eric Williams, was asked if he could work on any other game or make any other game, what would it be? And he said Castlevania. So I'm like, I don't know. Was bro teasing something? Maybe. I don't know. That would be quite surprising. A God of War Metroidvania would be sick. It would be so different, man. It would be so unexpected, and I would be really curious to see how it looks, how it turns out, and how people react to it. But I will admit, when I hear about the idea of like a 2D side scroller for God of War, it's hard to imagine what that exactly would be like. But when we got the rumor that there was some kind of like secondary project or whatever, yeah, man, I was like, oh, that's going to be like a Miles Morales type project, right? Like that size. Would have been so sick if Eric actually got to do a AAA Castlevania. You'd rather have a new Castlevania game that is like a new God of War? Well, apparently there is also a new Castlevania game in development at Konami, and that's supposedly going to be revealed this year, based off of rumors and reports. So be on the lookout for that. And apparently, it's just being developed internally at Konami. Yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen anything from Castlevania. I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, I would imagine there's another Devil May Cry in development. I saw something pop up on the Gaming Leaks Remember subreddit like a couple weeks ago. I think a voice actor may have accidentally leaked the Devil May Cry 6. Or at least that's how people were interpreting it. The Castlevania DS Collection remasters. Well, I mean, when we talk about like a new Castlevania, I'm assuming it's gonna be something like AAA, modernized. I don't know. I don't know what direction they're gonna go in. There was that one Castlevania game. Was it Lords of Shadow? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Where it kind of was inspired by God of War, and I think that did pretty well. I think people liked that, but then they did a sequel and it was like really bad. So I don't know if people want them to go in that direction again. But either way, I mean, yeah, Konami seems to have gotten very serious about trying to bring back, their main three pillar franchises: Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid, and Castlevania. Castlevania right now is the only one we haven't seen yet. But I think the reason we haven't seen Castlevania is because that sounds like it's the only one where it's like they're doing a new original game. Lords of Shadow was the best God of War like ever. Do I think that Phantom Blade Zero will not get a physical version day one like Wukong? I think there's a good chance it won't. They haven't said anything about that yet. But yeah, I would expect, just to be on the safe side, I would expect there not to be a physical copy at launch. But they might. They might. I mean, if they want to give themselves the best possible chance of success, I think they should try to. They should try, to have it ready. Full on revamp of Ghost of Sparta. I played a little bit of Dante's Inferno a long time ago. I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. I think a lot of people like Dante's Inferno. It seems like there was a period in time where, like, yeah, multiple publishers were trying to get their own God of War-like games out there, but it just wasn't, catching on for whatever reason. We have Michael Lynch with a $5 chat. He says, people should play Mandragora. It's like Castlevania with some Souls elements and beautiful music and art. Yeah, I checked that out the other day on a Google search and looking at some images, and it definitely has it has a good art style, and it looks interesting. You've been telling me you've been playing that, Michael. Well, there you go. I mean, if anybody's looking for a Castlevania, Castlevania-like game, I can never say it right, Mandragora. That name trips me up. Dante had a decent story. Weapons were cool. I wonder why that game didn't get a sequel. I'm telling you, I've seen so many people say that they like that game. Oh, is it because it launched up against God of War 3? Was that the problem? It was in too close proximity. Damn. Is Silent Hill F good? I don't know. We saw a new trailer, and Silent Hill F is going to be extremely Japanese, which is interesting. Like, it's full on Japanese, bro. Really curious about that game. It seems like it might come out this year. I mean, we're just kind of jumping all over the place talking about games right now, but The makers of Lords of Shadow, Mercury Steam, are making a cool and unique God of War 2018 like called Blades of Fire. It launches in May, I think. Oh, I think I saw that game pop up. I'll have to check that out. The name rings a bell. Were they just showing that game off recently? Because that sounds really familiar. I think somebody even suggested I check it out. Siren remake. I don't think Sony's going to be remaking Siren. I think that's like a dead IP. Dan, you're saying it looks pretty bad in your opinion? Like Conan meets Lords of the Shadow. That's a very interesting combo. Blades of Failure. Bro. Why is that so funny? Blades of Failure, bro. Oh my God, Corey, you almost, bro. Okay. I just read what you said, and something just popped up in my head, and I almost just blurted it out. You'll have to remind me soon. You'll know. You'll know when the time's right, Corey. What game is DOA? I don't think I would have gotten in trouble, but it's just it's so random. Oh, okay. Wait, you're saying Blades of Failure? Is that a real game? Blades of Fire. Okay, right. All right. No. I'm not. No, I'm not playing Wolverine or anything like that. No, I'm not. That'd be great. I'd love to play Wolverine, but I don't know what's going on with that game. I want to see it. Sony. Chop, chop. No pun intended. Ninja Blade by FromSoft. I think I've heard of that game. I heard of that game. Never played it. Wolverine's going to be 2032 at this point. I hope Lost Soul Aside is not DOA. I am worried about it. I'm specifically worried that the game's coming out the same day as an Elden Ring product. I feel like that's really going to hurt it. But I don't know, man. It looks promising. It looks very good. I like what I've seen of it. It's made by one person, so you should play Postal Brain Damaged. It even runs at 120 FPS. Postal Brain Damaged. Alrighty then. So you think there's a large amount of people skipping Night Rain because it's multiplayer? I'm not fully sold on Night Rain. Like, it doesn't seem bad, but I don't know, man. It seems kind of bare bones. Like, the weirdest thing about it is I was listening to people's impressions who got to play it early, and it's like really fast paced. It's like really fast paced, and you can't explore or anything. I don't know if I would like that or not, but I could totally understand why people who liked Elden Ring, they're like, yeah, that sounds like the opposite of what I want from an Elden Ring product. So it'll be curious to see how it does. Ghost of Yotei is going to look amazing on the Pro. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I can't wait. I mean, surely Sony's got to be getting ready to talk about that game soon if it's not getting delayed, which I don't think it is. Elden Ring Night Train. Your homie's getting you guys Night Rain, so you'll try it. Any interest in Ready or Not coming to PS5 this summer? I thought about it, yeah. I mean, I saw the trailer for it. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty. It's the approach it's taking on like kind of like realism. It seems a bit stressful, I'm not gonna lie. But it's cool to see something a little bit different like that. That's like kind of higher production value. Yeah, Tides of Annihilation looks really good. I saw that trailer at the State of Play. I watched the extended gameplay afterwards. I'm like, okay. I don't think Battlefield 6 is coming out this year, no. Battlefield 6, I believe, is a 2026 game. Hell is Us looks good. Yeah, dude, I love talking games like this and getting excited for upcoming games, but I also get like nervous and overwhelmed at the same time because I'm like, why are they all coming so soon? So many dope games on the horizon. Yeah, dude, that's what I mean. Like when I encounter people who are like, there's nothing to play or there's no games, I'm like, I'll be honest, man. I think some people, I don't mean this in a rude way. I mean it honestly. Like, I think some people need to actually really ask themselves a difficult question. And that's like, you know, are you really as into gaming as you think you are or as you used to be? And it's totally okay if you're not, but it's just, I don't know, man. There really is a lot. Battlefield 6 late 2025, early 26 confirmed. I would assume it's 2026. I did see some footage that was just put out there of the destructibility inside of Battlefield 6. It looks crazy. Like, I'm very stoked for that. It really is giving me Bad Company 2 vibes, but with like modern graphics and physics. It looks great. Trying to bench press all these games will be tough. Exactly. I mean, it is possible they could end up, the game could be ready to go by the end of this year, but I don't know. I just get the feeling it's an early 2026 game. That's what I'm expecting. But everything I've seen of the new Battlefield, it seems promising. I don't want to get, I don't want to get too excited, but yep, Metal Gear Delta in August. Dude, Metal Gear Delta, like, I'm going to have to make damn sure that there's nothing else I'm playing leading up to that game, because once, I'm going to laugh when GTA comes out like a week after Metal Gear. I'll cry. I'm gonna straight up cry. I don't need that shit. I don't need that. I don't need that to happen. Mind's Eye looks good. I gotta get in touch with Konami, dude. I don't know how to. I need to find a Konami rep or a Konami PR person. I gotta try to get a review copy of Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Solid Delta. I don't know how to make that happen. I'm gonna need like an agent or something. I don't know. This year's ridiculous. I know, dude. We'll never see an MBG stream after, bro. He'll be gaming 24/7. Well, dude, right now, one of the things that could be in my future is a lot, like many more gameplay streams. This is also one of the reasons why I created a Twitch, where like I don't want to oversaturate my channel, where we do news videos here. We'll be doing review videos soon. We'll be doing, I mean, we already do topic discussion videos or streams. We'll be doing review streams as well. But, there's going to come a point in time where I'm going to be streaming a lot more gameplay. And obviously I want to do that on YouTube as well because we have over 100,000 subscribers here, but I don't want to like overdo it. You know what I mean? So I do have that Twitch set up as well. I just don't. I don't think I could do that though. Like, let me go boot up a stream just for Twitch where I have 100 followers and not stream on my channel with 100,000 subs. It just doesn't make any sense. But it's just if I'm going to be doing all these different things, I'm going to have to try to. So for anybody asking about Forza Horizon 5, I will be able to cover content on that game on April 23rd at 9 a.m. Now, I don't know if obviously I don't go live at 9 a.m., but April 23rd for PlayStation. I mean, obviously, like, if you want to play Forza Horizon 5, you can right now on Xbox or PC. But for PlayStation specifically, April 23rd. Your coworker's daughter works at Konami in Irvine. Wait, are you serious, Prince G? I should ask her for leaks. Give me an email. Is what you should do. Prince G, hook me up so I can see if I can. I don't know if you're being serious or not, but if you are, like, dude, straight up for real, try to send like. I have to see if you could like message me or something, because I was legitimately trying to look into like how do I get in contact with Konami PR. I don't even know. I'm still new to this, so I have to figure it out. You're low key hyped for Forza. Do I like racing games? I don't have a ton of experience with racing games. I like more arcade style racing games. I did play Forza Horizon 4 on my Xbox very thoroughly. Well, if you guys are on the fence about Forza Horizon 5 or you're not sure about it, like I said, make sure you tune in to the channel on April 23rd. Never played Burnout Paradise. No, I've heard it's amazing though. So that's the thing is like I never like sought out racing games. Really. I'm new. I don't know what to do. Guys, we're going to be wrapping the stream up in about 7 minutes. I am going to be keeping it a bit shorter today since it's a holiday. I got like family coming over and stuff. So if you want to drop any more support before we wrap up today's stream, if you want to drop any membership gifts, become a member, super chats, direct donations, anything like that, we have about 6 more minutes before we wrap up. So we'll do like a last call there. I played a little bit of Gran Turismo. Yeah, I've never been really into Gran Turismo. I played some of 7, and I enjoyed what I played. Gran Turismo is fun. It's very simish though. It's a racing simulator, and I struggle a bit with that, you know. Yeah, I got to go hunt for those Easter eggs, bro. Yeah, I haven't been able to play Indiana Jones lately, like the past couple days, but I put about 6 or 7 hours into it, and I liked it. Yeah, man. It's actually very fun. I liked it more than I expected to. The game is much more open than I expected. That had to be like the biggest surprise. Like I was not expecting when I went to go play Indiana Jones, like, oh wow, that like these levels are open. Like you could kind of just go explore and do things at your own pace. They're like zones or hubs or whatever. So that was the biggest surprise. But I was having fun from what I played. I'll have to see if I can get back to it at some point. But Yeah, I would think it was like not the best thing I ever played. It's not like 10 out of 10. I can't believe like, but for what it is, like, yeah, dude, this is very well done. Pretty impressed with Machine Games, not gonna lie. You like the villain? Yeah, I got to get a little bit further in that game. That's one I would like to complete. We'll see if I can make it. I don't know. I doubt I'm gonna be able to make it happen though. That'll probably be a game that ends up on the backlog in terms of trying to finish it. Yeah, I'm trying, Hanzo. I'm trying. It's definitely Riddick meets Wolfenstein. Have I ever played Black? I've heard of that game, and I think I've seen gameplay of it. Never played it before, though. Machine Games are ex-Riddick devs, by the way. Oh, okay. That makes sense why you said that. Yeah, I never played the Riddick games. Interesting. Interesting. It's kind of interesting to see that DNA, I guess, kind of, pass over. Prince G, you played Black on the OG Xbox? Capcom's God Hand. Again, another game that I've heard of, never played. You're saying it was the most advanced PS2 FPS? Huh. Yeah, I remember, wasn't there like weird, not weird, but like really intense advertising campaigns for that game, Black? I could be misremembering, but they had like some pretty sick trailers. Prince says, "Yep, I once owned an Xbox." That was a long time ago, though. The original Xbox. It's like 20 years ago. It had awesome explosions. That's interesting. Yeah, it's weird when you like look back at the PS2 era. There's just so many like franchises that are just dead, long gone. But some franchises that people, I think, still kind of love. Splinter Cell Blacklist. I do wonder what's going to happen with Splinter Cell since Ubisoft seems to be like not in a good place. I wonder if Splinter Cell's on one of their like protected IPs. I don't know. Michael, I'm not going to be able to. I have to. I actually got to wrap up the stream, but maybe if I get a chance, I'll go check it out. I'm pretty sure I've seen it before. It's that game Black. That's like he has like the black tentacles and stuff, right? It's almost like Venom-esque. Am I thinking of the right game? I'm pretty sure I am. Ubisoft is still reportedly working on Splinter Cell. No, that's not the game. That's the Darkness. Oh, okay. Hold on. Now I got to look it up. Oh, okay. Black is a 2006 first-person shooter game developed by Criterion Games and published by EA for the PS2 and Xbox. The player assumes control of Jack Keller, a U.S. Army Special Operations soldier, being interrogated about his previous mission involving terrorist operation. Okay. Oh, so it's just like a modern military FPS. Very interesting. My bad. Yeah, I was thinking of The Darkness. Two different games there. Well, I'm glad we clarified that. I was looking at some screenshots, though. The Darkness starred the lead singer of Faith No More. Really? Now that's random. Now that's super random. All right, guys. I'm going to have to wrap up today's Easter stream. But before I head out, I want to thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for hanging out. Shout out to anybody who is watching me over on Twitch as well. I do appreciate that. We should be getting affiliate status in the next week or so, thanks to your support over there on Twitch. And also want to give a shout out to anybody who dropped any support today. Corey dropped a 5 bomb. We got some super chats. Definitely appreciate that. And yeah, just wanted to keep the conversation pretty relaxed and chill today. And yeah, so guys, please enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I also want to give a shout out to Devil Shooter. I don't know if he's going to be able to do timestamps for today's stream or not, because it is a holiday. But either way, shout out to Devil Shooter for doing the timestamps. Really appreciate his work there. And yeah, the only other thing I'm going to ask you to do is, as you are filing out, please hit that like button. I did put out a news video earlier as well. You could go check that out. And hopefully we'll... Oh, you are here. Okay. All right. Thanks, Devil Shooter. Yeah, I appreciate you doing those timestamps, bud. And yeah, go check out my news video if you haven't. And we should be back here hopefully tomorrow with some more content. All right. So, guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I will catch you in the next one. Until then, take care, everyone.